been quite a journey across Canada. I've lived quite a few years in this country. I've been a supporter of the environmental movement for a long time, and I don't know what happened to it. Well, a lot of lies, a lot of untruth. I mean, in the Green Party, it was. We can't seem to get anywhere. Elizabeth May was on the board of changing proportional system. If we had a green conservative, green NDP platform, we probably could change this. This is a disaster. Because I'm predicting something. I'm predicting not unity of Canada, but separation from Quebec on. There's provinces are in wars. Like since this equalization payment went through, it's all tethered to one thing: the energy policy of the United States of Donald Trump. It's just, I need a drink of water. That's the problem. If Biden gets in, I don't know what's going to happen. If he doesn't, we're in trouble. Because Trudeau will keep on that energy policy, putting the pipeline for British Columbia. I'm doing sort of a rant. Like Farley's gone. Farley Moore, one of the great men of Canada. God bless Farley Moore. A writer, humorist, and great Cape Breton. He got kicked out of Newfoundland because they rode whale freight killing. That wasn't too good. They didn't. They said, "Farley, that's not going to do Canada any good." Nova Scotia. Well, what happened? They were into fishing, and they had a moratorium on cod, but they just had no industries out there. So we had a seal killing by the Newfoundlanders. It was to get more votes on Stephen Harper. Remember that? Sea Shepherd came in, the New Zealand ship, to stop that. No, it didn't make sense. It was just it was just a fascist conservative appeasement to get more votes by the Newfoundlanders. Well, they're impoverished, so you say, well, do with a live kill. So they had the Canadian Coast Guard going in between Sea Shepherd. That's Stephen Harper. What we do is you keep on electing these yo-yos. They're the worst party in Canada. They're absolutely terrible. But some of them are fascists in the United States. I think they're Trumpsters and stuff. They want to bring firearms in here, and Trudeau had to do something. I'll tell you what he did do, right? He got the NDP to back him because he passed the parliamentary consent, the firearms bill. They had to. They murdered a bunch of people out in Nova Scotia. These aren't rifles, these are damn assault rifles. So they have to do something about that. But we are breaking up our unity. BC is different than Alberta. British Columbia is a beautiful province. It's absolutely gorgeous, the Rockies and the ocean and everything. But it doesn't make sense to have 700 or more super tankers going up and down the coastline of British Columbia. Did we forget history? The Exxon Valdez and how many thousands of miles of fisheries and coastline it went. So there's a war between Alberta and BC and a hatred. But Trudeau sort of amalgamated BC and Alberta. They don't pay taxes in BC, Alberta. And there's some really extreme parties I'm seeing on their gun lobbyists and everything. I'm not go. If you want to go hunting in Alberta, that's all right, but not fully automatic weapons, man. And they're just redneck crazy. But here's the problem. Ontario's gone sort of really right wing again. So it'll divide. Not for here. Quebec. It's a right wing party, but it's very environmental, Quebec. They don't frack, so they don't get any money out of the equalization payments. They don't frack, so they don't get money or eradicate fracking. You know, that's what's causing all the earthquakes that British Columbia. Uh, oh, they said no. You know, Alberta's got so bad in their education system. They're teaching kids that's a cleanup job. The Athabasca Tar says First Nations don't think so. Their water will light up on fire. They're teaching rubbish to kids out there. I thought it was Heartland, but oh hell no. So when I'm out there, I thought, oh, I'll give it a listen. What this conservative of the Alberta are doing? Well, the people that are in like police of Calgary cut their budgets. Mm-hmm. The eggs and one basket energy sector bit, and it doesn't make sense. So you go up to Bonnyville, they cut doctors there. I was in Calgary, the nurses' wages were all cut, everything's cut. Healthcare, Alberta's got a problem. It's in their healthcare, they need doctors, and they have use a lot of medicine. Why? Farm accidents. It's a very agricultural area. But if you cut wages on that, just put her in the Calgary University. There's suicides there, man. The frustration, there was one suicide I know. They don't tell you about it. I found out. The guy killed himself. He's a postgraduate. Got into something that the progressive Connies didn't like. That's what I call them, Connies. Convicts. They're the worst friggin' party in Canada. They're absolutely rubbish. Like, here he is. He's made an agreement. And that other, what was his name? They got rid of him and they got this other yo-yo in there. But O'Toole, which is a tool. I'm getting really poignant. I really don't like conservatives. But he was trying to go against Trudeau to get in power by promoting guns. I mean, fully automatic firearms? Come on. They just killed off a bunch of people. And he wouldn't have got it through because we don't have a proportional system. Face it. He wouldn't have got that through. It was without parliamentary consent. And they're bitching about it because it wasn't parliamentary consent. Well, I can go about parliamentary consent and non-parliamentary consent. Stephen Harper, without parliamentary consent, signed 15 years of natural resources to China. That's not parliamentary consent. And they get attacking me and stuff, but I don't mind. I got big shoulders. She says, I swim in the St. Lawrence River. Well, look at the level of DDT toxins. And no, there isn't. Look at the charts. Look at the readings. Everything's there. You can't show them. You show them. Don't look at that. I swim in the St. Lawrence. Whales were underground in 71. No, 81. I was out there helping whale research. I'm the environmental activist and helping marine biologists figure out what the hell's happening to whales. Their blubber is full of DDT. It's what they used to put on. Now we got Roundup. We changed it a little bit. Our healthcare, our food's the problem in North America. It's beer, so you can take it. And you're moving to Calgary, man. Well, Calgary's all right. No, a lot of weed out there. You should go. You should go. Calgary's pretty good. You should go, Luke Smith. Calgary, I was there. The south part sucks, but Edmonton's pretty good. But you go into the Calgary's all right. I go up. go towards the foothills and Spruce Meadows, but there's certain parts of Calgary it's all drug ridden. Calgary is a good place, really. I like it in some ways. It's better than Toronto. Toronto went down like a corker, Luke. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. Calgary's all right. I've been out in Salt Spring and I've been out. Oh, Vancouver's got just drug ridden. I mean, but Calgary's getting that way too. A lot of drugs. This is the problem with Canada. And I'm talking to Nova Scotia, and we got a mental health problem in Canada. It's fentanyl and chemicals and opiates. Like, we used to just do, like, look at my hair, I'm hippie. Yeah. Now, I'm 65, but I'm still a bit of an activist, like Suzuki and Neil Young. And Calgary Alberta could get its heart back if it got rid of the Tories. Ontario could too. It could be a good province to get rid of all those right wing extreme. I couldn't believe it. You voted Crack Pipe Bob's brother in. I call him Crack Pipe Bob, but he was appeasing the drug addicts in Toronto. Yeah, all the crackheads and stuff. He's so extreme, and he was saying like Olivia Chow would eat her, And I said that's disgusting, Bob. Well, right on television. My wife was listening. He's a pig. Because Olivia Chow was Jack Layton's wife. She was oh boy, they were a funny bunch. They were really Bob and Doug McKenzie show. Well, I used to like that, but these guys are really funny. When he got in, look at what he did. He's a comedian. Bob was, but they said, don't talk about Bob. He's dead. May he rest in peace. As long as he doesn't give up and get up there, but they're both crazy. Like, she had the floor and he didn't like what she was saying, and Doug's there. Tell him, brother. These are the kids, these are the Ford brothers. He goes over and knocks her over with the belly. It was like a comedy show. He was like, look at you, Bob and Doug McKenzie. These guys are really hilarious. And Toronto was a nice city at one time. When I was a little boy, I used to go down there. They had the Sears Roebuck, and they had East. It was a nice city. It's a bloody mess. You go down there, you get robbed. Get out the bus, they pockets. It's just blatant Tory conservative crazy guy that. Well, I'm a law and order guy. My cousin was the police staff superintendent there. He was all right. I liked him. And my other brother, he was police commissioner there. But it's gone really crack pipe. Like, Farley Moe was a humorist. I might as well be too, because I'm going back out to the Cape Breton area. Make sure I get what Farley said. Property that is owned is trusted, that it can't be manipulated by energy companies. Keep out manipulation of Cape Breton Island. We want to keep Cape Breton free. Because Farley said that's what you do. You go out to BC, cut the forest. So they've learned this sort of Keynesian sort of economics. This is all divisions. Environment has nothing to do with the economy. Biodiversity, nothing to do with it. It's externalities there. So I'm doing this little rant about the environmental movement. And you got that Greta Thunberg, wonderful young woman, speaking out about the environment, but they all attack her. She's autistic. Yeah, maybe. They say you could put labels on every friggin' person. Margot Kidder, Superman's girlfriend in Superman, bipolar. Carrie Fisher, bipolar. To Winston Churchill, bipolar. This is a conceivable thing, this bipolarity. Tom Sanzam, bipolar. You got any talent or any knowledge? Jim Carrey, bipolar. We put labels on everybody that speaks out against the environment, for the environment, and against the oil companies, bipolar. And the shrinkholders are all, they're PC. Polarities right up, especially Alberta psychiatrists. They're progressive conservative. Oh, they're good party. They'll save our economy. Well, the nurse doesn't think so. Her wages were cut. Bipolar. There's an unconsciousness in Canada to delete the Canadian archives of the Toronto archives of history that was really good. There was good things happening in the 1970s. Oh boy, it was 1960s. Nice stuff happening. But Cape Breton remembers the usuries of capitalism, industrialism. The hard rock miners, they went, like coal mining went, and it ended. Well, fossil fuels have got to end, but oh boy, if it don't end, when it does end, the party's over, and you got a mess. Cape Breton ended up like that. So the beauty about the Cape Bretoners and the Maritimes is they're more congenial and they want change there. There's a lot of green movements coming out there. And because they're questioning things like New Brunswick, the MP won the riding there. Prince Edward Island almost went completely green. These are good changes. Now, British Columbia, Greenwich Gulf Islands is Elizabeth Mesa. I think they're the best party, but I think the NDP are starting to get more environmentally conscious. So I had a problem with Elizabeth May being so partisan, just saying, no, we won't join it. You have to practically to break the vote. There's no way, Elizabeth. I love your policies, but there's a new leader being elected. And I think the NDP and the Greens should formulate because you tried to get the proportional system. Didn't go. So there's nothing wrong with British Columbia. There's something wrong like Alberta. Like they got so much hate for her. Like they hate Ontario, they hate Alberta, BC. But it might not be so bad now because Trudeau pushed the Trans-Pacific to appease the little babies of Alberta that love the pipeline or get their bituminite fossil fuels out and pollute the land going out there. Like there's policies Trudeau's got there, pollute, but they're doing it all the time. It's like I have low premium on car insurance on a drunk. It's about the same freaking thing, man. You know, low insurance rate on that. There's no insurance on the environmental destruction of the pipeline. They just got policies. You gotta have them checked, but they always leak it. I can show you spots up there. They're all flooded out. It's crude oil. BP, what happened there? Remember in the United States, the Gulf of Mexico spewing out gallons and gallons. Oh, it's an accident. So I was always listening to Jeff O'Tall, heavy horses for land. I think Cape Breton could go that way. Just start giving back into small scale farming. All land out there in the Maritimes is not worked because it went broke. That's good because this land's all polluted with DDT and Roundup and stuff. God move over genomes. That's why food prices have changed. Genetically modified organisms. I call God move over. That's an abomination of God to have that. It's just so you can spray it all. New form of agriculture. The corporations took everything over. They have no intrinsic method to make Canada a country. Agriculture can improve. It can really improve with science, working within the biosphere and the ecology of the planet. It all is reciprocally working together. But there's a lot of lies going on. So what's going to happen if we don't change this? This was equalization payments. It was a federal law that provinces would have enough. They're impoverishing the Maritimes. They're impoverishing Quebec. And they're probably impoverishing Manitoba and Saskatchewan. This isn't good. Equalization payments have to go to provinces that need money for programs. If you're paying taxes, you're always ranting about taxes. Well, nobody likes paying taxes. But let's get the dividends or the money going into the province to build them up. There's no common sense in this economy now. And this is my point. Equalization payments. They have to be equalization payments. We want an egalitarian Canada, don't we? Egalitarian means everybody has a sort of a good start here. I'm not against immigration. That's not the problem. The problem was real estate law, selling it to China and not containing it. There's lots of land, there's lots of property, but the prices went up. They're renting it by the weekend. And it's become a resort, a Hotel Canada. We got to change that. And Australia is curtailing foreign investment. And I think Canada should too. They should wisen up. This housing market's going to crash. You look on other YouTube videos, you'll see, and even the CMHC, Canadian Home Mortgage, it's so bad now, young people can't get ahead. For example, you need 20% down to get a mortgage. That's hard for a lot of young people to get, or families, they're common working class and even university graduates. They can't get it. It's hard. And it's real estate corruption, selling it to foreign nationals. And they should have been following Jane Jacobs models in this designing cities. There's an Agenda 21, you know that. Do you know anything about it? Building up cities is insanity. Alberta's doing something right. They're starting because they got so much homelessness out there, like Medicine Hat, and that they had to their warehouse. There's warehouses. I warn you, look, you're going out there to Calgary, get a place to live because you can make arrangements. Don't end up in those like the DA, and they're horrible places. They don't help you get help. Yeah, you might have to be walking out of there. Yeah, right. They'll keep you impoverished and stuck. Alberta is starting to get into rural development. That's good. Ontario can't do it. It's sold everything off. It's hard to get like our building codes in Ontario are too tight for tiny house builders. These are options. Transitional housing, not shelters, are needed in Ontario. Because young people that are moving into the new generation have to have housing. And it's just a mess. It's a mess, the whole system. I don't, but they blame it on the immigrants. No, these people come into this country and they work hard. So I don't want any more racism and start blaming it on them. It's your apathy and not talking what's going on, writing your MP, your MPP. There should be reduction in the housing market. If there isn't, that's all right. I don't own a house right now. I'm paying a little rent here because I'm a senior. Grateful. But I feel sorry for people that got mortgages. Think of this. If this housing market, which is dooming to collapse, but they keep on the mortgage rates up high, what's going to happen? She'll crash. I don't mean a recession. I mean a major depression, and Canada is on the verge of really crashing. Australia got high for an investment, but the Australian Prime Minister curtailed the market. Canada should too. It's time to be talking. Now, there is one area I'm going to, and it's Nova Scotia, and the Maritimes is cheaper. But BC is ridiculous. And, they're saying the parts, but I still say it's cheaper out of the Maritimes. It's cold out there. That's why people don't want it. If you build a house right and you go skiing, it's cold here. The winter it can get damn cold. It gets cold anywhere in Canada. We're in Canada. Let's just face it. But there's a lot of snow in Cape Breton and Nova Scotia. But you get used to it. You get used to Quebec. You got the winter carnivals. Quebec City's a nice city. But I think there's going to be a separation if we don't quit this division in the thing. And another thing is our military are not getting help. Our first responders are not getting help. You go out and say, our first responders. We'll start looking at what's happening to first responders with post-traumatic stress. You got a horrible amount of drugs on the market for PTSD that doesn't cure psoriasis. And we can get dog and horse and different forms of natural therapies. But we're just dumping on the drug industry. And you talk to military and they say, sir, that you're right, it doesn't work. I'm talking to officers of Canadian forces that tell me this. It doesn't work. It's not a psychiatric, it's not a chemical problem. It's trauma. And it's in the system and it's not going to work with chemicals. Oh well, this is food for thought. Take care.